I just wanted to do another quick video. It's been about 10 days since, I think it's actually 10 days exactly, since finishing the Matula tea treatment. Disappointingly, if anything, I feel worse. The burning in my stomach's really bad. Actually, since finishing the tea, I've been getting a lot of heartburn, which wasn't really a symptom I used to get. So that's come on a lot. Still all the old symptoms: joint pain, nausea, also burning, anxiety. That's one thing the tea did really seem to help me with, which I didn't really realise till the end. It was helping me a lot with the anxiety, which is strange. I want to, take some herbal teas anyway. Now that I've tried Matula tea, it was the first herbal tea I've ever drank. I'd like to try just, drink some regularly, just because I seem to enjoy them, and they did seem to help calm my stomach a little bit, but honestly I wouldn't rely on anything like that to actually eradicate the bacteria. With that said, I've still not been retested. It's been 10 days now. You're supposed to wait a month so you can be retested, so I'd have to wait a further 18 days, 2.5 weeks still. I did say I was going to try a few natural supplements to help heal my stomach lining, but honestly, I highly doubt the bacteria has been eradicated from the tea. I just seem to feel exactly the same, and I'm sure after 10 days later, if the bacteria had been eradicated, I'll be feeling some hope, let up in symptoms. My eyes are bloodshot. I don't know if you can see that, but my eyes are quite bloodshot. That's just come on again since stopping the tea. It's as if it was holding back some of the symptoms and helping a little bit, but it's not eradicated anything. And as soon as I've stopped it, 30 days, I didn't miss a single dose. I did everything they recommended, followed the recommended diet, took the probiotic that they recommended, and so on. But sadly, after 30 days, still, just back to square one, which has been the case with a lot of things for me. I've tried mastic gum, couldn't really tolerate it. Managed to take it for a few weeks. Honestly, didn't really feel a difference, but I was taking a low dose. I think if you can tolerate mastic gum, you've probably got a better chance with that than the Matula tea, based on my personal experience now. I'm not going to say the Matula tea doesn't work for anyone, since I've not yet been retested, although it's looking unlikely that it has been eradicated, and there is a lot of people who say the Matula tea does work for them. So considering that they have a money-back guarantee, it's probably worth a shot, and why not? Because it did help some of my symptoms anyway, but I wouldn't get my hopes up based on, what's happened in my position. To get the money-back guarantee, it mentions on the website you need to have done a stool sample beforehand to prove that you have H.pylori, so you'd have to send them that, and then 30 days after the Matula tea treatment you have to have another stool sample which would show that it was still positive. So you have to show them a stool sample that you were positive originally and that you are after the tea as well a month later. And this show that you did have the bacteria and it's still not gone after the treatment. Then apparently they refund every penny back. In my position, I was actually diagnosed through endoscopy, the tube down the throat, and then they took a biopsy from my stomach and my intestinal lining actually while they were there, my small bowel. But the one they took from my stomach, that was H. pylori positive, and they found the stomach ulcer. I'm hoping in my position they'll take that as proof enough that I did have H. pylori. If anything, it's more accurate. They actually picked it out of my stomach, tested it, and it was positive there and then. So, I did have H. pylori, there's no denying that, and it's fairly obvious based on my symptoms. So if they don't take that as proof, I'd be a little annoyed, but we'll see about that anyway. So I'm still going to wait the 18 days. I feel like starting something else because I feel so horrible, and there's not a lot of things that, I can't really take antacids either, to stop the pain. To be honest, antacids don't work very well for me, but I can't even try anything like that because if I do and then I go for the test, they could give me a false negative. So I've just got to wait, the next 2.5 weeks out, watch my diet, be careful with what I eat, get retested. If it's positive, I'm going to send them, I'm going to scan on the computer my endoscopy results saying that it's positive, and then scan on the stool sample results saying that it's positive, and ask for my refund, because although it did help with the symptoms a little bit, it did say it will eradicate H. pylori, and if it doesn't, you can receive your money back. So that's my plan. I'll let you know how that goes on. I have read a few people saying they have trouble getting the money back, but I did contact them. I need to mention this. I did email Matula tea, and I asked them a few questions regarding what I could take in the meantime whilst I was waiting, because I said, I was still steadily displaying symptoms and, feeling generally quite ill after the tea. And they asked me to do the baking soda test. This is a test where you drink, I think you mix, I've not read it properly, you mix 3 teaspoons of baking soda into a glass of water first thing in the morning. You drink that, and I think they say if you belch within 3 minutes, I think your stomach acids are okay, your stomach acid levels, adequate, it's okay. If it takes you any longer than that, if you're talking 5 to 6 plus minutes, I think that's when they say your stomach acid's low. Actually tried to go and buy some baking soda, couldn't find it in the shop, and then since then I've just, the last few days I've just been too busy to, remember to go and get it. I've just, it's completely blanked my mind. But I wanted to get this video done today because it's been quite a while since I did an update, and I know a few people are probably wondering what's going on. So yeah, in regards to my symptoms, honestly still exactly the same. I don't like to say that because, I'd like to say, oh yeah, brilliant, it worked, I feel great, try it. But I'm just going to be honest and say, for me personally, it's not worked at all. Based on how I'm feeling anyway, the stool sample's the only way we'll know 100% that it's still there. And if it is, I actually think I'm going to take the triple therapy this time. Because, as I mentioned in my past videos, with me, I was on antibiotics for 2 years straight for an unrelated issue. This was when I was about 14 years old. To about 16. After that, I developed B12 deficiency, slight acid reflux. Now at this point, I'd never even heard of H. pylori. That B12 deficiency, slight acid reflux, went on for around 2 years. I never linked it to the antibiotics whatsoever. I think at that point I was already I was already infected with H. pylori. I just think I had enough of an immune system and friendly bacteria that it was holding it at bay. So I think, the slight acid reflux and B12 deficiency was a telltale sign that already, I had H. pylori there. Then it came to about the age of 18, I took another course of antibiotics, only a month's course, but quite a strong course of an antibiotic called tetracycline, which ironically can be used in the triple therapy treatment for H. pylori, but it was used for a completely, it was an unrelated issue, it was nothing to do with H. pylori. After that month's course of antibiotics, my symptoms dramatically changed. I lost 2 stone in weight within a month, straight after the course, nausea all the time, heartburn, everything I'm displaying now has carried on since that point. Now naturally, as soon as I finished these antibiotics and this all came on out of nowhere, I blamed the antibiotics. And, read into typing in on Google, as you do, antibiotics cause health problems. Candida naturally came up. Now, if you've not heard of Candida or Candida, it's like a fungal overgrowth sort of thing. You can knock your body out of balance taking too many antibiotics, kill off all your beneficial bacteria, all your good flora, things like that. You get this Candida overgrowth. It's actually a natural thing that happens. I assumed it was that for years. I was going on all these carb-free diets, all these, eating 0 sugar in anything. I was really crazy about what I was eating, just in an attempt to heal myself. And I think, whilst Candida is a real illness, a lot of people tend to do this. They'll have a mystery illness and they'll automatically assume it's Candida. They'll try everything, these fat-free diets, carb-free diets. There's a lot of things that was in my life for 2 years where I thought that this is it. And this was also because the medical community, they didn't really want to help me, to be honest. They seemed as if, you're young, it's just natural, it'll pass, take antacids, take Gaviscon, and it just kept getting worse. So in the end I ended up paying privately to see a doctor. He did an endoscopy, he found gastritis, and again he said just take Gaviscon and antacids. That went on for another 6-7 months, going on to a year. I said, things aren't improving, so I went to see another doctor privately, and luckily he was a great doctor. He said, I understand your concerns regarding the antibiotics. I think the only way we're going to figure anything out is to have a look. So he did another endoscopy, but this time he went more invasive, and he went into my small bowel. He went through my stomach into the small bowel, and I think then it's not classed as an endoscopy, it's classed as a gastroscopy. He took biopsies from a small bowel and my stomach lining. Now on the original endoscopy they never took any biopsies, which I couldn't believe when I realised it. So these new biopsies, they shown H. pylori, and they also shown that the gastritis found on the first endoscopy had developed into an ulcer. So as I wake up, I'm assuming for him to say, yeah, you've got candida, and that's that. But he said, nope, you've got H. pylori, and you've also got a stomach ulcer. So we came to the conclusion that 2 years of antibiotics straight had really weakened my immune system, destroyed most of my natural bacteria. So I'm left in this state that my body's got no natural defence, and somewhere along the line, I've picked up H. pylori. Now they say 1 in 5 people have H. pylori, but a lot of people it doesn't affect them. Certain things that trigger it off can be antibiotics, because they weaken your immune system, they weaken your natural defences, and they let the H. pylori flourish. That's exactly what happened in my case. Other factors could be stress, like I say, different types of medications, other illnesses. It's the same with candida. People with AIDS and HIV, they're prone to picking up candida, and probably other types of bacteria, because they've got a weakened immune system. Anything that weakens your immune system could make you prone to something like this. Luckily this is the only thing I've got. I've not got any other illness that I have to be concerned with. My focus is just to truly eliminate this. Sorry it's getting so dark, the sun's literally just gone away. I had to turn the light on. But yeah, so that's where I'm standing at the moment. I've tried, you can obviously understand the reason why I didn't want to take antibiotics, because after all this, the cause of them was antibiotics. It's weakened my immune system, so surely the cause couldn't be the cure. But the gastroenterologist came to the decision that if I try all the natural treatments, which I have near enough now, I've tried coconut oil, mastic gum, manuka honey, even Matula tea, which hasn't gone great by the looks of things. I'd need to take the triple therapy, clear out all the bad bugs, and then take high dose probiotics to reboost my immune system. So clear out the bad bugs and then reintroduce the friendly ones, and hopefully gain some weight, start feeling a lot better, because it gets really tiresome to be going through this for so long, so many years, knowing that tomorrow I'm not going to feel well. It's not very nice. So I'll have to go from there, get these stool results, and then go from there. Likely situation is going to be that it's going to come back positive. I'm going to try for a refund with Matula tea and hopefully get that. And then I'm going to take the triple therapy and just cross my fingers that I can tolerate it and that it does work. If it does work, and I eradicate the H. pylori, then it's going to be focusing on healing my stomach lining and boosting my immune system. If it doesn't work, I'd probably likely go back to see my gastroenterologist, speak to him, and go from there. But I'm sure they'll recommend more antibiotics, which, to be fair, is the only thing they can recommend. Although this bug is well known, it seems as if the treatment options do fail quite regularly, and that there's no alternatives other than natural treatments, which can work, but generally from my experience don't, and in my experience, in my personal experience, didn't work. So yeah, I'll let you know how everything goes. I hope that everybody who's watching this and has shown any interest in these videos, I'm sure you've got H. pylori as well, or you wouldn't be watching these, or you have had it. Hope you're feeling okay. I hope you're doing well. If you've got any questions or anything like that, just let me know. And thanks for watching.